Old Granny Fox Loses Her Dignity, Chapter 16, The Adventures of Prickly Porky. Uncle Billy Possum had passed the word along to Jimmy Skunk. Peter Rabbit and Prickly Porky and the old Granny Fox would be on hand at sunup to see for herself a strange creature who had frightened Reddy Fox at the foot of the hill, where Prickly Porky lives. How did Uncle Billy know? Well, he just guessed it. He is quite as shrewd and clever as Granny Fox herself. And when he told her that the only time the strange creature everybody was talking about was seen was at sunup, he guessed by the very way she sniffed and pretended not to believe it at all, she would visit Prickly Porky's hill the next morning. The old lady suspects that there's some trick, and Williams have got to be very careful, whined Uncle Billy, as he and his three friends put their heads together in the early evening. If she's done bound to come snooping around at sunup, and we animals must be out of sight, all except for Brer Porky, she'll come just this way she did this afternoon, from back of the hill and set up along the holler. Uncle Billy was quite right. Old Granny Fox felt very sure someone was playing tricks, and she didn't want to wait until jolly round Mr. Sun was up out of bed. She was at the top of the hill where Prickly Porky lives an hour before sunup, and there she sat down to wait. She couldn't see or hear anything in the least suspicious. You see, Uncle Billy Possum was quite out of sight, and he sat in the thickest part of the hemlock tree. And Peter Rabbit was sitting perfectly still in the hollow log, and Jimmy Skunk wasn't showing so much of the tip of his nose. He lay inside the doorway of the old house under the roots of a big stump. Only Prickly Porky was to be seen, and he seemed to be asleep on his favorite tree. Everything seemed to be just as old Granny Fox had seen it 100 times before. The last time, the little jolly sunbeams began to dance through the green forest, chasing out the black shadows. And Red-Eye the Vireo awoke and at once began to sing, as if his way of not even waiting to get a mouthful of breakfast. Prickly Porky yawned and grunted. Then he climbed down from the tree as he had been sitting, and walked slowly over to another, started to climb it, changed his mind, and then began to poke around in the dead leaves. Old Granny Fox arose and slowly stretched. She glanced at Prickly Porky conspicuously. She had seen him act in this stupid, uncertain way dozens of times before. Then, slowly watching out sharply on both sides of her, but without appearing to so, she walked down the hill to the hollow at the foot. Now old Granny Fox could be very dignified when she wanted to be, and she was now. She didn't hurry the least bit. She carried her big plummy tail just so, and she didn't once look behind her, for she felt sure there was nothing out of the way there, and as if she had done this, she would be quite undignified. She had reached the bottom of the hill and was walking along the hollow, smiling to herself, thinking how easily some people are frightened, when her sharp ears caught a sound. They caught her, heard a sound up on the hill behind her. She turned like a flash, and then, well, for a minute, old Granny Fox was too surprised to do anything but stare. There, rolling down the hill straight towards her, was the very thing Reddy had told her about. At first, Granny decided to stay right where she was and find out what this thing was. But the nearer it got, the stranger and more terrible it seemed to be. It was just a great big ball all covered with dried leaves, and yet somehow Granny felt sure that it was alive, though she could not hear or see a head or a tail or legs. The nearer it got, the stranger and more terrible it seemed. Then Granny forgot her dignity. Yes, sir, she forgot her dignity. In fact, she almost lost it altogether. Granny Fox just ran as fast as Reddy Fox had run. The end. Chapter 15. God is great all the time. All the time. God is great.